channel. If you're new here, I'm Maria and I love making videos on books and just my day-to-day life. I'm so happy to be back because February is here and it's the month of love. So I'm so excited to share with you guys my TBR for this month and all the books I'm gonna be reading. I am a hopeless romantic, so I love anything and everything romantic novels, comedy, romantic TV shows, movies, anything like that. So if you guys have any recommendations, even if we're past February, I will still read them. Here I have all the books I'm gonna be reading for February, in total 6 books right here. 2 are a part of a series and then the rest are their own individual, and they are of course romance books. So I'm so excited to introduce you guys to all the books that I'm gonna be reading, and yeah, I'll start now. So the first book I have right here is called The DoOver by Lynn Painter. Lynn Painter so far is one of my favorite authors, and she did Better Than the Movies, which I loved, and I always love the covers of her books. They're so nice and cute, and I love that. And just a fun fact, one time I posted a picture of me reading Better Than the Movies, and Lynn Painter reposted me, and I was fangirling all over it. I couldn't believe it. She's so nice. She keeps up a lot with her readers, so I really like that about her, and I love her books too. So I'm so excited to read The DoOver. And yeah, this book, I'll tell you guys a little bit about this book because I already started reading it. So I'm kind of halfway through. I'm on page 88. I couldn't wait. So I just grabbed it and started reading it. And so far, so good. This book takes place in Valentine's Day, and Emily, who is our main character, has a boyfriend named Josh, and she keeps repeating and doing over Valentine's Day because she constantly sees her boyfriend cheating on her. So it's Valentine's Day. She's so excited to like give him the gift and tell him, you know, those 3 words, I love you. But things just don't go as planned, and she sees him cheating. So, you know, it's doing it over and over and over and over and over again. She wakes up every single day being February 14, and during that time, during that nightmare, she keeps bumping into Nick, who is this guy right here, and running into him. So I don't know what the universe is trying to tell her or what's going on with the repeating of the do-over and her seeing her boyfriend cheat on her, and then seeing this guy every single day as well. I'm not too sure. I still have quite some pages to read through, so I'm excited to see how it ends or what the deal is. But yeah, The DoOver, that's what I'm reading right now. So I fixed the lighting. Sorry, I know it was a little bit like shining on me, but now I fixed it. Hopefully this is good. But the next book I have here is called Anatomy, a Love Story by Sana Schwartz. I believe that's how you say her last name. I'm not too sure. But this book I've been wanting to read for a while. I bought it during Halloween last year, and it's just been sitting in my bookshelf for so long. So I finally thought, why shouldn't I read a gothic romance? Like, it's my favorite thing. So yeah, Halloween is my favorite time, and like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love anything that has to do with romance. So yeah, and this book is about a girl, her name is Hazel, and a guy named Jack. So Hazel, she wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry, and Jack, he is a resurrection man who works in cemeteries, and he's just trying to survive in the city of Edinburgh. And Hazel and Jack must work together to bury the secrets that are hidden beneath the society, the Edinburgh Society. And I am actually really excited to read this book just because, you know, there's secrets, and like at the beginning right here, it says a gothic tale full of mystery and romance. So now I'm wondering if Hazel and Jack fall in love during this trying to uncover what's hidden beneath the Edinburgh Society and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to read it because I heard that it's kind of like Frankenstein meets The Corpse Bride / a little bit of Coraline in it. So I'm excited to read it and see if it does have that. So next up I have Jane in Love by Rachel Gibney, and this is how it looks like. And as I mentioned before, Jane Austen is one of my favorite authors, classical historical authors. And I love the way she writes about romance during that time, the 1800s. And I don't know, I just really love Jane Austen. So I found this at Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, Jane in Love. When I picked it up and I read the back, and I was like, oh, it's about Jane Austen and how she travels through time from Bath, England, 1803 to the present day. And this is what caught my attention. It says, what if Jane Austen traveled to the present day and fell in love? I'm really excited to read it, and I love Jane Austen. I cannot stop saying that, but I truly do. And yeah, so this book is basically about her time traveling to the present day and trying to fall in love. But when she falls in love, all her books, everything that you know about Jane Austen, every single book, every historical thing that she's done gets erased. And she has to decide whether she wants to take a chance of love or keep her work and go back into time, into her time of being. Because what I know of, Jane Austen never got married. I'm pretty sure she fell in love or liked people, but she never really dated anyone, and she wrote a lot of love stories. So I'm not sure how she felt during that time, but I'm so excited to read this book and get into the whole time traveling and see what she decides, love or her books or her writings, everything she's ever done. But I don't know, we'll see what she chooses. And yeah, I love the cover too, because it shows the guy with the AirPods and Jane Austen with the whole classical look. And yeah, we'll see, I don't know, but I'm so excited to read this one. Still in the whole gothic-y types of books and romance, I have this one called Love in the Times of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. So this book is basically about Phoebe Walsh, who is a PhD candidate, and she's obsessed with true crime. And she moves to Florida to clean up the house that her father lived in, and she realizes that there's her neighbor Sam, and because she's like so into like this true crime situation thing, she starts thinking that the neighbor is a serial killer. And I don't know how love plays into this, but what I'm guessing and what I've read is that she wants to give a chance of love, but because of all this like things that she reads on true crime, she's kind of hesitant. I mean, who wouldn't be? I know that I've watched a lot of like, 48 hours and things like that, or like true crime videos on serial killers. And it kind of, if you meet someone off the internet or someone you don't know, kind of like, makes you kind of step on the brakes and be like, maybe I shouldn't be dating, or I don't know if I can trust this person. So your mind starts going, like that. So I'm pretty sure she's like going through that. I'm not too sure, but it does say here in the back, one woman is going to have to learn to give love a chance when she's used to expecting the worst in this fresh romantic comedy. So it is like a romantic comedy, which I'm so excited to read. Less of the gothic, more of, funny and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to read it. And this book has also been in my bookshelf since Halloween. I just didn't have the chance to read it. So yeah, I'm excited to read it, see what it is all about. I've heard mixed reviews, so I'll try to give my honest review on it, if I like it or not. But I love the cover, and I love, like I mentioned, like I'm obsessed with the whole gothic Halloween romance trope or whatever. So yeah. Lastly, I have these two books by Anna Hong, and it is the Twisted series. The first one is Twisted Love, and then the second one is Twisted Games. I know there's 2 extra books with the series. It's called Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies, but I don't have them with me. I went to Barnes & Nobles and I got the buy one get one 50% off, and I have seen these all over BookTube, all over TikTok, all over my Instagram, and I was like, I need to read those and see what the big buzz is about, because I don't know, I just been seeing them everywhere and I feel like I didn't know what was going on or was part of whatever this is. So I'm excited to read it and see what everyone is talking about, and obviously get the other 2 books to continue with the series and finish it. First book of the series is called Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This is the first book, and this is kind of like Romeo and Juliet vibes. So Alex is a devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with a past he cannot escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest, a crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it. So like I mentioned, Alex, he falls in love with his best friend's sister. Yeah, and the best friend's sister's, the name is Ava Chen, and they're not supposed to be in love. This was never supposed to happen because it could destroy, you know, their world and all the secrets come out. So yeah, it's a love that shouldn't be, but it becomes love. And yeah, it kind of gives me like that Romeo and Juliet vibes, like it shouldn't happen, but it happens, and then things, you know, they get crazy, and you know how that ended. So I think that this book gives me that vibe. I know that this series is a little bit of this on the spicy side. I read online like a little bit of like, warning, this is on the spicy side. So who doesn't love to read that? And I want to see where this book takes us. And one thing I love about books so far, and this book has, is playlists. So they have a playlist here of songs that go with the story, and I think that's so cool. One of the songs, Set Fire to the Rain by Adele, Wide Awake by Katy Perry, Sam Smith, Writings on the Wall. So that's really cool, and I've never seen books do that. I know that this book has that, and as well as this one. And another book that has that, which I forgot to mention, it's the DoOver by Lynn Painter, also has a playlist. But it's so cute. Like, I didn't even know that books started doing that until now, and that's pretty cool because you can listen to the playlist any time of the day, or maybe as you read if you can multitask or do both. But yeah, that's cool. Next up, I have the Twisted Games, which is book number 2, and this book is also kind of like a little bit of that Romeo and Juliet, but instead of best friends, sister falling in love with blah blah blah, this one is a princess with a bodyguard, and her name is Bridget, and she starts falling in love with the bodyguard, which is like, it's not supposed to happen, it's forbidding, it's unexpected because she's a princess and he's a bodyguard. Like, what? No, it's not supposed to happen. So their love could destroy the kingdom and doom them both. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, like forbidden love. I think both books are with that forbidden love. And yeah, it's really cool that they have playlists. I'm super excited about the playlist. And I also love that the books have like a little bit at the end. What I was noticing is that they have like, oh, you can read the next part, like a little bonus for the next book. Both of the books have that, so like a sneak peek, so you can read on to the next book. So if you don't have it like me, you can start reading it and then go pick it up later. But yeah, I am excited to read this one. Like I said, warning, they're apparently a little spicy based on what the internet have said, But I'm excited to read it because, like I mentioned, they're everywhere. So that is it for my February TBR. I'm so excited to read all the books because they all have to do with romance in one way or another, and give you guys my opinion at the end of the month, beginning of next month, so you guys can see what I rate them and give each book. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day. Enjoy this month full of love, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.